Escopia Radio Talks.
Welcome back to Escopia Radio Talks. My name is Ivy League, and I know I'm not the usual guy you usually see, but today it's a twist because the fence is busy, school, we have to pass. But today, I'm not by myself. I have a musician, a choreographer, an actor, an editor, dancer, Shelton Forbez.
I wasn't finished. I'm joking. I'm kidding. What's going on, nigga? How you doing, bro?
How you doing? I'm actually chilling with a mogul. You're a mogul.
My G.
Because, you do a lot. You do a lot behind the scenes. You do a lot in front of the scenes. Yeah. You're that, bro.
Thanks,
if
bro.
anyone gets work done,
yeah,
you're that guy.
Yeah.
I
think if there's anything I want to be remembered by is I think it would be that the hardest working entertainer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
because look, being the greatest is subjective, man.
True.
I might not like your music,
but
and then someone else is crying to my stuff on a lonely night,
Yeah.
But you can't deny hard work.
Yeah, because as someone who would be your fan, I would never be disappointed.
Thanks, my dog.
You're always finding. So it's easy to back a person who's always working. Let's say you put out a song today. I can say, yeah, you put out a song. Exactly. Someone fights me in the street. They're like, but it's just one song. I'm like, oh, he put out another one.
Yeah, exactly. My dog.
So then I'm like, this proper. I love the work.
Thanks so much, man.
But before we talk about everything you've done, I want to know where we're going with everything. So I want to know, at the end of everything, what's the goal? Because you have a lot of companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see you being a serious millionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the income streams are too much.
I feel you.
So I just want to know, what's the end goal?
I think you said it. But I don't like getting so caught up in the word mogul. Because it's such a nice name, right? It's I'm a mogul, but you could literally, nothing could be coming in, and you have all these different things, and you call yourself a mogul. So definitely the end goal is definitely to have so many different companies that which I already have, that has a crazy amount of income. But I think the end goal is definitely to have a huge hand in contributing to the South African entertainment industry. African, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
whether it be music, whether it be TV, whether it be dance, whether it be photography, content, because my shift was crazy from being the guy that wants to be on TV or whatever to really being passionate about photography and videography and creating content. That shift for me had to happen very quickly, and I think I comfortably transitioned into that. So I think just having my hand and contributing massively to the industry holistically, I think that's the end goal for me. And I think if that's my end goal, it's up to the universe, how big it goes, how far it goes. You know what I mean? I don't have this ideal of I want to be this mogul.
Yeah,
because if that was my plan, I think that you can say that I'm not far off. Maybe in the next 5 years,
I won't lie.
But I do want to own one of the biggest record labels. I do want to own one of the biggest production companies. I do want to have the best music out. I want to be one of the best artists. So it's I think just contributing, and that kind of takes away my limit of what can you do, and you can only do this. I think if I have a mindset of just contributing, no matter what I'm contributing, I think that kind of leaves me at ease to be okay, today I want to make a song and I want to contribute that to the game. Today I want to do a whole TV show where I'm just behind the scenes and I want to contribute that to the game. And the list goes on.
So where do you think your creativity stems from? Is it the water from Pretoria? I won't lie, Pretorian artists, they come with everything now.
I watched Tyler the Creator's interview on, what was it? On Ebro.
Hot 97.
Yeah, right. And so I think growing up, obviously I was deep into entertainment. I grew up literally falling asleep to, this is embarrassing, I don't care if you guys judge me, I don't give a damn. I grew up falling asleep in grade 8, or this was grade 8, grade 9, falling asleep to Chris Brown's documentaries.
Oh yeah.
And not because I'm this mad fan and I just want to be like Chris Brown. No, I was just intrigued by just everything that just the growth, and going from being this kid discovered to now he's the hardest artist, to the girls screaming him sing on the biggest radio. Now he's at the Grammys. Now it's and for me the concept of you just growing as a brand this, and like doing what you love doing. You're like a 16-year-old kid singing, and you're doing that as a career. Like growing up, that's what I watched, and I was inspired by it, and I was like, yo, this is like, I want to do this. Even though I started dancing at like 13, it solidified when I saw Chris. I was like, I want to do that. I want to sing and dance, and I want to do all these different things, And so fast forward like 14 years later in the game, I watched the interview of Tyler the Creator now, where it stems from its inspirations from You Got Served and watching Chris Brown and Usher and all those people. Trust me, I did not watch Michael Jackson. I know everybody's story is like, I watched Michael Jackson videos growing up. No, I didn't, bro.
Yeah.
But I saw Chris and I saw Boyz II Men, and I saw like, I watched those people growing up. And so that for me was always inspiring, and one of my biggest inspiration for creating TV or creating is Oprah, actually. You know what I mean? Because she started out as a creator of her own show. As we know Oprah, you know what I mean? We didn't know Oprah being hired by Bam Bam Bam. Now we knew her from the Oprah show.
Her show.
You feel what I mean? So for me that was inspiring. And then it was also like the giving back while she had the show. She was giving back to charity. So those things was inspiring for me. So all those different elements growing up, that's what I saw and that's what resonated with me. Like I said, 14 years later, I think just what reminded me and re-inspired me about where my creation or creativity stems from is what Tyler said. It's like, you have to care. You have to really care. About the game, about TV. You have to care about a great presenter. You have to care about great acting. You have to care about great music. You just have to care about those art forms. And when you at its like most rawest form, like care about those things, it'll never leave you. You'll always be able to, even with the influences or the ideas that you've seen already, you'll always be able to reinvent and create new versions of what you've seen or what you grew up seeing, because you're so in love with the raw form of a great song or watching a great TV show. Like I'm directing an entertainment show right now, and the first feeling I got was when I first watched V Entertainment.
I hear you.
And this was when I wasn't even a presenter. So now when I'm watching my own show, I'm like, damn. I felt like I just watched V Entertainment. I even told my girl, I just felt like I just watched V Entertainment. And so if you can create and it makes you feel that way, then you're on the right path, because how long they choose to love you will never be your decision.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like you have to care, and you have to create from that place. So that's where my creativity stems from in a nutshell.
Okay, but then I know if you care, sometimes like being a creative, when you can't create, it hurts. Like,
I don't think you can't. I don't think you,
or like,
you can't.
Let me put it to you this way: like, one thing about like a creative is they have to put out their ideas.
Yeah.
Like when you can't put out your ideas, that's when, like, let's say
no, but we live in a generation where you can now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do you mean by where you can't put out your ideas? Like in what way?
Like you being like you. Like let's say let me give you an example. Oprah has never missed. Fun fact: she's never missed a day of her show. Like she's never showed up late or sick from beginning till end.
That's dope.
So that's how you know she's genuinely loved
100%.
what she was doing. You know what I mean? So I know like being a creative, it can get to a point where sometimes you can get in your own head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when you care so much, where you're like, this isn't it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think my biggest thing to that is like, that's okay.
Is it?
That's okay. You know what I mean? For an artist, that means you care, bro.
Yeah.
You know, if you stop doing that, you don't care no more. You're just gonna put out whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, that is part of it, bro. It's like, me and my girl spoke yesterday, and it's like, no, we actually said it to me now when we're sitting down chatting. She's like, yo, dude, we work for ourselves, and there's like repercussions to that. There's like really good benefits, but there's also like really crappy ones, where it's like you're working 24 hours. And so you have to take the good and the bad. You can't take the sunshine, and when the rain comes, you want to cry, dog.
Yeah, so I just want to know, how do you deal with it when the rain comes? Like when
you go through it, man.
Yeah.
Like, however, I can't really give you like a secret to dealing with it. I can give, if you ask me about a particular situation, I can tell you, but I think for the most part, you have to go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it sounds simple, but it means that you need to ask the right questions. You need to reflect. You really need to spend time with yourself. You really need to ask yourself the hard questions.
Oh, do you meditate? Do you meditate?
I do. I meditated this morning.
Oh,
I do try as much as I can, but when I'm in a good zone, I think I can do like five days a week. If I'm like working out every day, which is most of the time, I can do a 5 day a week like meditation.
So it helps you like
100%
to think about everything, reflect on everything, and then decide that.
Yeah.
Because like you do a lot. That's why I'm like, especially when you care about a lot, like whenever you do something, you have to do it to your utmost best. Yeah. Because that's the type of personality you are. I think that's a Virgo trait.
I'm a Virgo, man.
Yeah, that's a Virgo trait.
Season right now.
You know what I mean? You know? I think that's your Virgo trait. So I just want to know, like, in terms of balancing, how do you find the balance to, okay, today, or do you, when you focus on something, you focus mainly on that, or are you think about everything at the same time?
There's good and bad times. There's times where I'm like all over the place and I am overwhelmed. Yeah. And I'm like, oh damn. Basically, my answers are always gonna be like that to you. It's like, we're not perfect, bro. So I'm not gonna give you the answers of my G. So what I do is I wake up.
No, I just want to know like.
No, basically what I'm saying is like there's times where it's dope. Where I'm like, there's times where I'll shoot something for like a week. I'm like, this is all I'm focusing on. Yeah. And then there's times where I'm like shooting that and I want to also release a music video and I'm also having to shoot content on the side. And I'm also like doing this interview and I'm also doing this campaign and I have to release. So sometimes it's out of your control. But I think for the most part, what I am learning is like I'm getting better with time. So what you need to kind of do is, what I try to do is I try to focus on certain things at a time. So right now, I think the last week I did it really well. I have to finish this episode of Benny Afro, so now I clocked out. I haven't released music, a video in like 3 weeks. Yeah. 3 weeks and a half, a month. And that's hard for me because my plan was to be like in which I did really well for like a while, and then I had to be like, okay, cool, let me focus on this TV show for a bit. And now the show is done, it's edited. So now boom. Surprise, surprise. In the next few weeks, we're about to get another sound.
So we're going to get a new single.
Exactly. Sorry, but I'm digressing. So it differs, man. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed because there's a lot of outside stuff that comes in. And sometimes it's like there's the perfect situation to be like, okay, cool, I can control when I want to release music. Yeah. So now we're going to focus on the TV show. Right. So it really is about, like, it's one thing at a time, and I can't tell you I've found a perfect balance. But what I can tell you is, like you said, the fact that I love it and the fact that I care makes it easier to deal with the overwhelming like factor of like doing so much. You know, you have to pick your struggles in life. I think, you know, if that's going to be my struggle, being overwhelmed with like so much work and doing so much, I'd rather pick that struggle as opposed to like being, like you said, creative blocked and not being able to release or not being inspired or going through rainy days. I'd rather the overwhelmed, overworked. Type of factor, which I'm not condoning, but I'd rather have that problem because that I can deal with. That I know how to execute and come deliver when I have to deliver. I love working under pressure because I'm a diamond.
Cheesy.
Yo, the cheesiest Drake is like the epitome of cheesy. That's what he made his career off of. Cheesy lines.
Yeah, he has a lot of cheesy lines. He has a lot of cheesy lines.
You just want to be like Kendrick. Me, I don't listen to Kendrick. Me, I listen to Drake, dog. It's corniness, dog.
Okay, now I want to know your creative process, like when you write a song.
Yeah.
So, like, do you hear the beat first? Or do you write the verse first? Or, like, what happens? Or are you like, oh, it's a sample-based way? You're like, oh, I like that. And you know what I mean? Or is it feeling? Where you have to be in that mood?
It has to be feeling. It has to be feeling. Because writing for me, it used to be very hard to write. Now writing is easy for me. I'm very, like, I can write very quickly if I'm, like, inspired and I take my time to warm up to the song. So if I've listened to the beat for, like, a good... Sorry. Yeah. If I've listened to the beat, like, for a good, like, 3 weeks, and I'm like one with it, and I feel the vibe, and I know exactly like what the vibes are when I'm like even listening to it in the car, and I'm like mumbling some notes or some flow. By the time I start writing, it takes me like about 30-45 minutes to write the joint. So I try to spend time with the beats, and I don't try to rush into songs. Like people will send me beats, like I think I have like so many beats right now that I have to still jump on. But like I like taking my time with music also. So that's my process. I first sit with the beats for like a few days. Sometimes the beat hits me straight away and I'm like, I'm going today. I'm going to do it today. You know, but for the most part I take my time. And then I first mumble. I first mumble like ideas, like melodies.
Yeah,
I'll make a lot
singing
of noise,
very,
and I'll record that
yeah.
first, and then I'll write according to that.
Yeah.
So I'll actually sit and write, or sometimes, like I said, if I sit with the beat long enough, I can actually be away from everybody and just sit with earphones and finish the song, and then I go record it. So it depends on the joint, really. I do prefer composing songs from scratch, like a song "Smoke." I composed all the way from scratch, and I took that voice note to Wichi, and he created it.
Crazy.
Pull up, same thing. I created Pull Up from scratch. I wanted to take an infusion of Kwaito and Chris Brown's Loyal, and I wanted to like put that together.
But it's a vibe.
You know what I mean?
And the video is clean. The video is clean. Thank you so much.
So it came out exactly like how I thought it. So I think my best songs I've ever created were songs from scratch. Butterfly, same thing. Butterfly was from scratch.
Effect, Butterfly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all those different joints that I do from scratch are always my best songs. So I do prefer doing it from scratch, but everybody's schedules are crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one can sit in the studio for 3, 4, 5 hours making a joint. You know what I mean? Because everyone is so busy. Yeah. Well, people that I'm working with at least are busy with, like, my engineer is probably like right now mastering like 5 people's songs, you know? So it's like, he won't be able to be like, yeah, let's go, bro, 5 hours.
I hear you.
So that's my process really with music. But it changes all the time, I think. And I think the better you get and the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
And then song naming, you have to explain.
Song naming, I always go to like the ultimate story.
Yeah, because
you know
your most recent single, 015.
Yeah.
You from 011.
012.
012.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
why does everyone think this is an area code, bro? Everyone thinks 015 is the area code.
Because the song is talking about...
Do you guys listen to the joint? What does the joint talk about?
Yeah, the song is talking about a foreign hand.
No ways. Is you real? Is you for it?
Oh, for it. I heard for
Don't
it.
let no one make you feel like it can be me. Is it real? Can you afford it? Is it real? Can you afford it? Watch where you walk. Please don't step on my Nikes.
Nikes, yeah.
Part of me miss the city lights. All the crazy nights. 47 party on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Back when I was on a doobie in 2015.
Yeah.
So this is all 2015. What I'm telling you is what happened in 2015 at like my peak of presenting.
Oh,
you feel me?
I hear.
So you gotta go. That's why I wish people can just sit and listen to my music.
No,
don't be like, oh yeah, I heard foreign girl, bro. I didn't say nothing about a girl.
No, sorry, it's just when you say foreign, I hear foreign.
Oh,
and then when you say city lights, can you see how the image of a place comes up?
Yeah,
because I'm a visual thinker.
Yeah,
or visual.
So you understand the lyrics. So that's only the part of me miss city lights, all the crazy nights.
Yeah.
47 party on a Tuesday. So 47th is a club in Durban.
Yeah.
Where they used to have a party called Party on a Tuesday. Back when I was on a doobie. Jameson was my favorite drink. Dance, which is what I do. Different kind of vibe, understand. The parties back then are not... back then we used to... Dr. would be sitting there, Casper would be there, AK would be there, A1 Wolf is behind me, WTF is there. Like, that's how the game used to be. Everyone just used to be... That was like the peak of hip-hop.
Yeah.
So back when I was on the doobie, different kind of vibe, understand. Always got my way at first glance. Was like... I always got my way at first glance, no matter what it was.
Because it was that time, yeah.
I was going to wait at first glance. Wait till she see I can jive.
Ooh.
You know, nah for the night. Never had to ask for the light. Puff, puff, pass, then we kite. So it's like double entendre. Never had to ask for the light. Like back then, people used to be like, you're on the blood, bro. But at the same time, I never used to ask for the light because now at least I'm in a position where I don't have to be like, yo, can you put me on?
Yeah.
Because I'm already in my position. Puff, puff, pass, then we kite. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's talks about 015 and like everything that went through. But like I said, you gotta listen to the joint.
But
so when people come to me and they're like, yo, bro, like I feel the joy. I love the video, bro. Like what does 015 mean? I'm like, if you sit down and listen to that song maybe 3 times, you'll be like, oh damn, I went to party on a Tuesday. Oh yeah, I remember 47 Club. You know what I mean?
But can you see how it sounds like describing a city?
Yeah, I'm talking about Durban.
Yeah, but that's why I said 015. What's happening in the 015?
Oh, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
So it's basically 015. Yeah, it's 015.
250. You just took out the 2.
Yeah, exactly. Because it would have been corny to be like 2015. So I was like 015. But again, every single time I make a name for my songs, I like having this conversation. Because if I gave you a plain and simple, you wouldn't ask me.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have to explain the lyrics, and then you wouldn't go listen to the joint after this. Exactly. So that's like the point, you know what I mean? It's like I try. Even there's a song called Lang Sein.
Yeah.
That I dropped before that, and that just calls. So there's an English, Scottish, like on Christmas when New Year's Eve when they say goodbye to like the previous year, they have this song. They call it the Old Lang Syne. It's like saying goodbye to the past year.
Yeah.
So I took away the O, and I just said goodbye to my past. So it's called Lang Syne.
Okay.
So when people are like, "What is Lang Syne?" I'm like, "It's Lang Syne, dude." And this is what it means. So I have a chance to actually explain the thing. And then when you listen to the song, you're like, okay, he's saying, he's talking about the past, stuff like that, basically.
Okay, then now we have to go to mixtape. Okay, that one is actually a clear.
Which
I was going to say New Seasons, but it explains.
Yeah, it's just like the transition from presenting to music.
Yeah, that's why I say.
And I think the hardest thing with that was the fact that, like, I think the hardest thing for my career is that, and it's not a bad thing because when you do stuff really well, and I do think I'm a fairly good presenter. If you do stuff really well, it's hard to like shake it off because now people are gonna still see you as the presenter. So for the longest time, when I was out of the light, I used to look at it as like, damn, why am I not like getting this or why am I not getting that?
Yeah.
But it was a blessing in disguise because people got a chance to
see it differently.
Yeah, they didn't see me so much, so that when they see me, it's like, yo, Shelton. So the feeling is still dope. Like people do have that really crazy regard for me, where it's like they greet with respect. They're actually happy to see me. It's like, so it's dope. They can't miss the face. They know where I'm from. They know me.
Yeah.
So the blessing is like, okay, they still know who I am, but it's like you're not the hottest kid on the block no more. And so when that was taken away, I was worried. But now it leaves gap for me to be able to be like drop a joint and people take me seriously and not be like, oh, you're the Vuzu guy. Because half people have let go of Vuzu. Yeah. And so if they can let go of Vuzu, they let go of, oh, Shelton has evolved to music. Vuzu that era is done. So it was a blessing in disguise. So that's what New Season was really about. It was like just talking about just the new version of myself, which is crazy because I did music way before. Presenting.
Really?
Yeah, I was actually in burlesque, in theatre. I was singing as a theatre singer in burlesque.
I thought you meant as in because like dropping music before presenting.
No, I record. Yeah, well, actually, wait. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, wait, what did I? Yeah, actually, I had not dropping, but I had a lot of music recorded before presenting.
So you like keep it to yourself?
No. I was actually doing house music before this, man.
Oh. So we can expect an piano.
Hell no, not now. No. Not that I don't like the genre. I definitely want to do it, but I want to do something like I love what Casper did with that one of his.
Tanda.
Yo, man, like that's like if I were to do a piano song, it'll be that.
Okay.
It'll be either that or it'll be like picture like a John Legend on our piano.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? So I want to do like a more soulful.
Yeah, because you come through with the Sonics. I wanted to ask, like, why don't you go for like you could seriously do a Travis Scotty?
Because like this is like my answer, and I thought about this answer yesterday, but I didn't think you were gonna ask me this. R&B is a very important genre to me, and so I feel like it's on the brink. In South Africa, I feel like we just need the right amount of pressure, and then R&B will be regarded as the new genre, which is ridiculous because it's been around for long, but R&B has not gotten its shine. And so I'm like a avid R&B fan, R&B artist, and so for the longest time, it's easy for me to make a Smoke. It's easy for me to make a Travis Scott vibe because it's also easy for the listener. Yeah. It's not easy for the listener in SA to make. I can make whatever quality. I dropped like the biggest R&B song in 2014, which was Butterfly, and everyone knows that. People come to me till this day about Butterfly, but it still didn't hit the spot. Why?
With Tawanda.
Yes. Yeah. Why did it not hit the spot? Because it's R&B.
Yeah, I think people
ears are not like ready for. Every time I go to a radio station, they're like, "Yo, bro, your song is amazing. Do you think SA is ready for this sound though?" You know what I mean? So that's the so now because an Elaine did really well, a lot of dudes are like doing R&B. I'm like, okay, I think it's time for us to put the pressure. So until R&B takes off, I do not want to dabble in any other genre.
I think it's waiting for your album though.
Don't put that pressure on me, man. Like,
where's the album?
Saying,
all you gotta do is drop the album.
Look, we have Ricky Tyler, who's doing really dope. We have Tejo still. Tejo just dropped amazing music now. That was beautiful. Like I watched that video and I was like, God damn, Sejo, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Like you inspired me. Teleman is working most of the time, but he's also really dope. Shakana, wow, Shakana just dropped that amazing, beautiful song. So there's a lot of amazing R&B artists in the country. I just think we need that pressure. I love what hip hop guys are doing now. They're all coming back together again. I love it, bro. Like the old and the new. And so that's my idea with R&B. I just can't wait for a Clyde to be like, okay, I need to go back to R&B. Let me leave this Afro pop alone. I need all these R&B artists to be like, let's all get together and make R&B joints. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's so for me. As much as I can jump to a hip hop, whatever. I think for as much as I can control it, I'm gonna stick to R&B because I want to pioneer it. As I think I'm one of the pioneers of it, like of our new generation. But at the same time, I feel like I can contribute to putting that pressure if I stick to the genre.
Yeah.
Travis Scott vibe is easy to do. You know what I mean? It's very easy to do. I've done a Smoke, bro. I did a Smoke, and Smoke was amazing. And that was like a no-brainer. I wrote that in 30 minutes. So it's not that I can't make that song or don't want to do it. I have a bigger duty to R&B. There's a mission. You feel me? So and it's a harder one. Trust me, bro. Like if I was I'm a piano artist, like. Oh man, dog. I might have missed a hit, but like I probably would have had a hit by now. If I was like a hip hop like artist that was chasing like the bangers, I probably would. Like Pull Up was. Pull Up was like
Pull Up gives me the music video gives me Excuse Me Miss Vibes. Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Because with the whole waiting for the hype.
One of the homies from MTV came to me. They're like, "Yo, bro, we think you like doing the Chris Brown thing. Like you're doing the SA Chris Brown, which I love. I'll never be like, nah, no, don't say I'm Chris. I love it, bro. But I'm just like, even MTV was like, yo, we all watched it at the channel. We were like, yo, what is Shelton doing with this dancing, singing thing? You know? So it's like, I know what I'm doing. The problem is just like, it's a gradual fight. But the moment R&B pops in this country, and I'm not talking about R&B that once you take off, then you go to work. And no, I'm talking about R&B blow in South Africa.
Yeah, where it's
we
like
have our own identity, you know.
Clubs that play R&B.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And R&B joints, like avid R&B joints. I think then we'll be good. So I have a mission to R&B. That's it. That's why I'm not doing other genres. Like I can jump, bro. I'm in the DMs with Musa Keys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like he's big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Tonga,
you know
Michael
him, right?
Jackson. Tonga Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's his joint. Like this guy just came off of that joint. And I'm in the DMs. He's like, "Yo, come to Midrand, let's go." I'm like, "All right, cool." Yeah. But I'm like, he's probably like, "Ah, this guy's not serious." Yeah. But my thing is just like, I owe R&B.
Yeah,
like that bit of support, because once it blows up, then I can do anything else. It's like Donald, bro. Donald is an R&B singer. I know Donald since like 2009, 10. I used to be a backup dancer for Kwela Tebza. And Donald was the backup singer. So we know each other since 2006.
Oh, y'all go way back. Yeah.
So he's an R&B singer. Yeah. And then the fact that he blew up with House.
Then he had to stick with that.
You know, that's so I don't want to blow up with
something, and then you have to.
What are you doing now, boy? You know what I mean? So, and you know, essays like that. Like
they really are. The fans are very strict on how you do the music.
So that's what I love about Benny Afro. Actually, he's. I told you, he's like a bender of genres. He does different genres, and once you blow up like that, you can become a Mikasa. You can become a Trezor. You can become a global star because everyone can listen to your music.
Okay.
Feel what I mean? So I think, bro, I think that's the only reason why I'm not doing a Trevor's vibe.
Okay. And then in terms of like features, because I've seen you very picky on your features. You don't just feature anybody.
I think it's just relationships, really.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you must remember there's like a lot of work after the song.
True.
You know, if Mina must run after you, boy, and then
to push us off.
Now we have to do the music video. You are grumpy on the music, or you don't come, or you come late. Like there's a lot of things to take in. You know, and then also I want to do shows. What if I want to do like a really dope show at Joburg Theatre and launch the joint? Now you're telling me I must give you cash to come now perform. But these things happen.
They do.
You look at me like I'm serious, man. I've dealt with a lot of crazy things. So it's like it has a lot to do with relationships for me. And I want to know that whoever I'm featuring is really going
who understands.
Go. They have to go like the extra mile for me, because I really invest like out of my own pocket. Even if it's my last coin, I invest everything into my music. Like if I'm like promoting a song, I'm really going in. If I have to shoot a video, if I have to do this, I really go in. So it's like if I get you in a joint, I'm asking you to come and like support my career. I'm not asking you because I need your hype.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I think
The song,
eventually,
you think of the
eventually I'm
music,
gonna
yeah.
be one of the biggest like artists out of Africa. I don't doubt that, but right now I need you to jump on because I really want you to support what I'm doing because I love what you do, and I think when you jump on the joint, you might amplify it.
Yeah.
So, oh shucks. You know what I mean? You might amplify it. So I think that's the biggest thing. You know, I think features are very tricky for me because of relationships. That's the only reason why. Apart from that, I don't mind doing features. It just needs to be very organic.
It has to mean something because if the people they're not
like
there.
I have a very dope joint dropping really soon, and I have like a special feature because me and this girl has been like super cool for like a very long time, and I'm excited for you guys to hear
so
this
you're not gonna announce it here? We're not getting an exclusive?
Dog, like I'll come and drop. I'll come here when the song drops. I'll do this my first like interview, and we'll talk about the joint. You guys will tell me what you think about it.
I'm keen to hear it. I'm keen to hear it.
But yeah, you know, so features for me is like, I mean, me and her have been friends for like, I think like 6 years now, and we've been away. We've done maybe one song, and I was on her album. So it's like now this is the first song jumping on mine after 6 years of being cool. So it's like it has to be a genuine thing. And me asking her wasn't awkward. Yeah. It's just we didn't talk as much, but as soon as I asked her, she was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm sending it to you this weekend." Enthusiastically, because she also like, "I love the joint, let's do it." It's not like okay, sure, let me talk to my people. Nah, man, dog, what's going on? You know what I mean? So it's like I don't like energy like that. Also, where it's like I feel like it makes it look like I'm leeching off of your rain or your light. That's not my vibe, because I think I've been here for like 14 years, bro. I've done a lot of like great stuff with my career, so I'm not chasing anyone's light or trying to ride off anyone's like hype. You know what I mean? So when someone makes me feel that way, I pull out. I'm like, it's a wrap. Same thing I did with Iconic with Shelton Forbez.
Yeah.
In lockdown, I had this amazing online show. I was interviewing everyone: Toles Mo, SK Koza, Nomuzi, Matli, Denise Zimba. Like everyone was Young Swiss, everyone. And I just had one interview, and this person just made me feel like they're doing me a favor to do this live. And I pulled the whole show because I was like, if I'm going to be they're going to make me feel like that, like for something that I want to do for the game. I will not, because I do it for the industry. I don't do these things for, bro. If I wanted to be selfish, I can go lock myself in a room and just make music and just do that. You know what I mean? And but I really believe in the holistic game, and I think I need to contribute in a bigger way. And so the moment I feel like someone makes me feel like I'm owing the game something, or I need their favors, I'm like, nah, let me pull the plug here, because I don't want to deal with another, because that didn't make me feel good. And the moment I don't feel good or my mental health is challenged because I'm doing something, I walk away, because it's an extra thing I'm doing. It's not something that's like, I'm not basing my life off of this project. So it's just stuff like that for me. So it's very relationship based, bro. I need to really feel good about stuff to do it. So
And you've been like in the industry for a long time.
Yeah, since like 13 years old, bro. I'm turning 30 this year. So actually 17 years, damn.
You see? So I want to know, like, what was that moment where you're like, all right, I'm here now? I think there was maybe moments, but like, can you recall one?
I think the one was Jeppy Girls, were a dance crew, Cryptic. This was like when hip hop dancing was peak. It was like 2005.
Yeah.
We were like, I owned Cryptic, and then it was Clinch, and then it was Repertoires. These were like the three biggest crews in South Africa.
Also, there was one.
No. There was no Freeze Frame, and them came in 2009, 10.
Okay.
Yeah, they were later. They took over after that, but like we start. So Clinch started, and
I
then
don't
after
even lie,
Clinch
but I have a confession. Like, you guys had so many people that us who didn't dance like that, I used to like lie and say, yeah, I'm in Clinch. And I'm not. And that's how cool you guys were.
Bro, I'm telling you right now,
cool
the dancers were like the superstars.
Yeah.
Bro. Dancers were the superstars, you know what I mean? So 2005, we started like the whole movement with like crews. And so I was at Jeppy Girls, and so Clinch was performing. These are the top three crews in Joburg. Clinch was performing, Repertoires performing, Cryptic performing. So sharp, Clinch goes first. No, Repertoires goes first. Okay. And then Clinch goes. So we were late. We come, dog. Now I have a cast I broke my arm in rugby. That's when I quit my rugby career. I started just focusing on dancing.
Yeah.
And I did the Harlem Shake, my G.
Ish.
I'm saying to you, like, there was like one tone of the scream. It was like, ah. And when I heard that, I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
This is it. The feeling, bro, like the look in people's eyes watching me do the Harlem Shake. And I don't know if it was a dope one or not, but I'm saying me and my crew, we ripped that thing apart, and the screams, I was like, nah, this is it. And even after the show, no one knew me, but after the show, people were just mobbing us.
Yeah.
Like, yo, please do that move again. That time we don't know what's going on. We're like, yo, people's parents are like, yo, because this is like a girls, it's like a Jeppy's girls fashion show, whatever.
Yeah.
Like those, like not even a social, it's like a fashion show where parents are sitting. Bro, people mobbed us afterwards, like, yo, please do that move. People were circling around us just to repeat the moves we were doing on stage. And I was like, all right, cool, I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then I got my first paycheck. I think even a year after that, I did a Wimpy ad and a lead. And understand, there's like clinges there, repertoires, all the best dancers in the country are there. And I got like the lead to open up, and I got and I'm like, what, 14, 15? And when I got that paycheck, I'm on my way to the club, bro, on a Tuesday night.
Club? At 14?
Bro, my first club I went to was 12, bro.
What?
Yeah, I started partying.
Who's letting you in?
My brother used to take me.
Man.
Yeah, he used to take me. And I'm talking about, like, if you know, OGs know, like, if you know Barcode, Moe's, these places in like Grant Avenue and Orange Grove. Like, that's where I grew up in Old Orange Grove, Grant Avenue. So, yeah, bro, like, I started partying at 12. So, this for me was nothing coming. I was 15.
You're buying bottles at 12? Like,
no, not even. Like, it's being bought for us because we were, like, at this point, we were chilling with, like, the Les and them. This is when Josie was, like, peak. So we were chilling with these homies. We weren't like buying bottles. But like, anyway, you distracted me. So now we're on the way to the club, dog, on a Tuesday night. I just said, ting, ting. You'll never forget. I stopped at the Standard Bank, then Bedfordview, and I look at this notification. I'm like, ew. 15 years old, my first paycheck, proper one. I was like, God damn, nah, this is what I'm doing. Because I love it, and I'm getting paid like this. Yeah. Just one. Nah, it was a wrap.
So in terms of like, do you still choreography? Do you still push that, or
no? I don't.
If someone approaches
I do it more for my own music.
Okay.
Yeah, so I push. Nah, you see, the thing is, like, choreography is like a whole other career path, and I respect choreographers because those people really, like, that's their bread and butter. That's what they do every day, all day. So I'm not gonna, because I can do it, I'm not gonna go put that under my belt. I think if a big artist comes to me, I'm gonna be like, nah, let's do a song, bro. I'll never choreograph for an artist. Maybe an awards.
Or you could
Maybe
even,
if like an awards comes to me, or like if an idols comes to me and say, yo, can you I'll do it.
Right. What about,
but
like,
not for another artist. So.
What about like on Insta, like a tutorial on how to?
Yeah, if you pay me, like, if you pay me, because I was actually supposed to do it for this one alcohol brand, and then it fell through because of COVID, the lockdown restrictions smacked. But it was a nice check, and they wanted me to just like show some moves, but it was corny. It was like corny, like 1-2 step. Like, what would your dance be to this drink? Yeah, but I'll do stuff like that because
okay, like, so when brands come to you with stuff, if it's something you don't like, do you turn it down? Or?
Yeah, bro. Like, me and my chick spoke about it yesterday, bro. I think I've turned down like close to like in the hundreds.
You like?
I think it's 2 campaigns that would have like flipped to that, and we turned it down because we don't smoke.
Oh,
it was 2 smoking brands.
Yeah.
And I think one was a drinking brand, and we turned it down. We're like, no, we don't drink, we don't smoke.
Okay, so if it's meant for you,
yeah, of course, bro. Yeah. And also, like, I'm not gonna go and like, what am I gonna do, bro? I'm gonna now fake vape. I can't fake vape, dog. I can't
Stunt
fake
double, dude.
No, you know what I mean. But not campaigns. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's you, bro. You and that bottle. You and that vape. So yeah, I've turned down stuff like that, and I think it's liberating. It's liberating because when you know how to say no, you know what to say yes to.
Like, in the beginning, was it easy to say no? Have you always been that dude? Or?
I don't know. I was wild, man.
Yeah.
Until like 2017. Before that, I was wild. Like, I was just like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. What are we doing tonight? Oh, let's go. Oh, what are we eating? Oh, yeah, let's go. What are we drinking? Oh, let's go. So, what are we smoking? Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
But then I think my life completely changed after like 2017 because I just took time out. I took time away from the game. Like everyone was like, "Yo, Shelton fell apart." Like, I'm like, "Nah, I had to recollect because I came from like this high of like being like in the limelight for like a good 2 years, 2.5 years actually, and we're just like, and no one prepared me for it because no one sat me down and advised me, and so I needed to take a break from the industry just to get myself together and remind me like why I got into this thing, and so when I did that, all those other different like principles, because I mean I started drinking when I was 12, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning it to no kid to drink when you're 12. I started smoking weed when I was 13. You know what I mean? So I've been doing that my whole life.
Yeah, so
And so now this is like my first 2-3 years without like smoking, drinking, anything.
I see.
Feel me?
So then you came back with the vengeance. You started new melody sessions.
Yo, you know when I know, but you see when I came back, it was like my everything is in line. You know, I'm responsible. I'm business wise. I work harder than I ever have because I'm also like in the right mind state. You know, I don't have a vice. I don't have things that like I don't have distractions at all. Like right now after this we're gonna go shoot more stuff, then I have to go edit Benny F. Tomorrow morning I'm waking up at 9 to go shoot Pop Pals. Then I have to go home and edit another thing. Like Sunday we're editing, getting ready for then the week starts again, so there's never a moment to get distracted. You know what I mean? So yeah, me changing my lifestyle definitely gave it's more vengeance, yeah. Even when I run on a Saturday morning, I'm like, these niggas are sleeping. Yeah. I'm ahead of the game, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I take so much pleasure.
I see. So how did you come up with the new melodies idea?
I was
Because I know you started with your performance.
No. Actually, I started as a charity. Because like I told you, I just took time away from the game, and I just started. I wanted to do something that's gonna like
give back,
just make me feel better,
yeah.
You know, and just like at the same time inspire me. And so we started it as a platform for up and coming artists in partnership with Joburg Theatre's youth development side. And so that was like for the first 3 years, we're literally like free. You come in for free, you eat for free, you drink for free. It was crazy. I don't know what. Listen, bro. Today I'm like, damn, bro. People were living La Vida Loca. Bro. But like, yeah, it started like that. And I mean, Young Tyrant. You know Young Tyrant, the rapper? Yeah. That was one of his first like big performances.
And he's dope.
Yeah, like a lot of artists, bro. A lot of artists like started at New Melody. Yeah. It's crazy. Like especially some of the new guys, especially started at New Melody. You know, and so we were responsible for I was responsible for at least doing that for myself. Yeah. I think watching and being around artists and watching them being so hungry just re-inspired me again, and that's how New Melody started initially. And then we're like, alright, cool, I'm done feeding everybody now it's time for my own show. And so I spoke to Joburg Theatre and they gave me a residency for a year. So I was performing there first Thursday of every single month, and I was selling tickets. And I mean, most of the nights were good, man. I think we had 1 month where it was like bad, but most of the time we almost sold out, which was amazing. And then the last one I think we sold out, which was November, where we launched Pull Up, and Fifi and Gigi went on stage with me in like one go, back to back. It was amazing. And then lockdown hit, and we're supposed to do another rendition of the residency, but lockdown hit, and then I was like, alright, cool, let me do the music show. And then we turned it into a music show. So the music show is just like the next level of New Melody. And it's been around for like, 5-6 years? 5 years now. I keep saying 5-6 years. I think it's 5 years now. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So then, now, when you see like these other artists, because I've seen that like you know a lot of artists.
I'm joking. I see them. Yeah.
You know a lot of artists. So then, like, do you help them like let's say as a new artist, like let's say I come in and I don't got vele, I'm too close to the mic and stuff like that. Do you give them advice?
So that's what I was doing, yeah. So I was literally teaching them how to literally run back and forth from that side to that side, how to breathe, how to hold the mic, because a lot of rappers cover the mic like this when they rap. So you have to. This is actually where your sound goes in. So if you cover this, you're gonna sound like this. Basically, that's how it's gonna sound when people hear you. So just little techniques like that. Professionally mixing your music, you know, so people can hear you, and also when someone does say, "Yo, come through and can I hear your song?" It's like people literally can hear your song and it's a good representation. So I was giving them a lot of those like things more than anything else. So it was a full thing. We'd have like a 3-day rehearsal before the actual show.
Yeah.
So we'd rehearse lights. I'll teach them about how to set up their lights for the show. How to start to finish, how to plot, how to transition, all those different things. So yeah, that's what we used to do. I still enjoy doing it, but like I said, I'm focused on myself right now, so it's not something. I don't even think I'll be able to take on a new melody like that now. It's a lot of work. We're doing that like every Thursday, and I'm talking about like 4 days a week, every end of the month. It's a lot of work. So yeah.
So who was like, let's say you were helping people. Who was that guy for you? Like, how did you actually start recording music? How did that actually start?
No one. I wouldn't lie.
Do you remember your first song? I'm curious.
Yeah, it went. The way that you move your body got my heart skipping a beat, going wrong.
It sounds upbeat,
It
like
was
hella
house.
upbeat. Oh, house.
Yeah, it was corny, but it was my first one.
Yeah.
And I think I even was in the shower the other day. I was like, yo, maybe I should remake that joint, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was my first joint.
Like,
And,
were you at a friend's house, your place?
Yeah, I was at this one homie's house,
Yeah.
and he was just like, yo, that homie was just drinking and making beats, bro. And we would record from like 6 until like 4 the next morning.
Sleeping in the
So I didn't understand that concept ever.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed making the music, and then I realized, oh damn, this is like a great work ethic when it comes to music.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh damn, I don't want to sleep, and let's have some Black Label and let's record more house songs. And I think that's how I also learned how to like record music. But I did it we didn't have intentions of like putting anything out. This is what, 2012,
And then you put
13, and then I think I got presenting, and then I was like, okay, let's just go to what you really love, which is R&B.
Alright.
yeah.
And then the acting.
I know acting was accidental, man. Like
that one
I always
hurt you?
loved it, obviously,
Yeah.
but I was busy teaching, and then my agent just called me. She was like, "Yo, I sent your picture to Generations, and they'd like for you to play this one guy that feeds Senzo drugs." I was like, "All right, let's go, man." And then I went, and then I fed Senzo drugs, and then boom, from there I did Scandal, then I did Rhythm City, then I did Shreds and Dreams, and I did a movie in Cape Town like the same month I booked Vuzu, and then I just started like just Hope and Dream. Then I did Ring of Lies, and then I just did Hope now for Moja Love. So the acting kind of just took its own thing. I never actively went into it.
So
Every time I ever went for like an audition actively for acting, it always failed. It's always like that. Like I'm at home, I'm not in the mood, and boom, yo, can you come do this role? Some things I went for auditions for, like Ring of Lies. I went for audition. No, Shreds and Dreams I went for audition, but everything else it was like, and the movie in Cape Town, everything else was like, yo, dude, can you come and do this role? Can you come and do this? So yeah.
How do you get into character? 'Cause like, let's say you have to be like a druggie now, then they say next role you have to be.
I told you, I used to be a lit, so it was easy.
For real?
It was easy. I was just doing what I always do, and I'm like,
Oh.
I didn't overthink it ever really.
Yeah.
And we had like this really dope acting teacher in 2011-12. I used to run an agency in Rivonia, and so I learned some acting there with her, but by default because I worked there. So there was just something called method acting, and that's really just like connecting to like a real situation, and then connecting to that situation in the scene, and so it's easier to stay in character because you're
actually
replaying what you've gone through, and so it's a dangerous way of acting because that's how Heath Ledger, the Batman guy, committed suicide. A lot of people have had to recover from crazy roles because that's their method of acting. They go into like a real place and they really go depressed, or they really don't eat for like months or whatever, and then they have to play that character, and then you have to now unlearn. Like Will Smith literally lived in a public toilet for Pursuit of Happiness. You feel what I mean? So it's like we really have to tap into that character to do it. So for me, it's like I'm glad that I did like a Rhythm City or like a Generations, which is like it's soapies, dog. It's not like
it's
a,
still top
it's
tier.
not
It's
like
still
some
top tier.
deep, The Ring. Yo, I wouldn't come back. I wouldn't come back, dog.
Cause now it's crazy. Cause now I'm like, when you have to get into character, and those certain certain movies want you to be hella sad.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So
Look, for me, they always gave me like the bad boy also.
Oh.
Like the guy that
I guess you
takes
come
this
in
guy's
with the
chick, or
tats.
the guy that like gives this one drug, or the guy that like influences the girl to not study at school. Like they always gave me those roles, and those were always easy to play because it's like not that I'm that guy, but I know how to like be like I said, a lit and just like have fun and not be too serious. Like they didn't ask me to be someone that I wasn't at that time. And I was young, and like I told you, I used to love partying. I used to be like the instigator sometimes, you know. So
were you the class clown in high school?
Yeah, somewhat, but I wasn't like that funny. But I was definitely loud. I was corrupt. I used to fight a lot though, but not so much like the character. Because I cared, man. I cared. My parents were very like. My dad was hectic, so I didn't want to get into unnecessary trouble.
Yeah,
I've probably been to detention like 3 times.
Oh, 3 is a little.
Yeah, it's little. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But that's like for silly things. Like I got this tattoo when I was 15. So I went to Highlands North Boys High, bro. Like, hey, there it's rough. You can't just back then. You can't just do what you want to do. So it's a boys' school. So you can't have tattoos. Like I was also like a big like sports like person in the school. So now you're walking with tattoos on the cricket pitch. Like it's bad. So they gave me like detention for that. But it was never like a corrupt thing that I did. Like the worst I ever did was like fight, which is normal. It's we boys.
Yeah, boys gotta do.
You know what I mean? Boys gotta do what boys gotta do.
You know what I mean? So then, in terms of like, yo, sorry, this chair. In terms of the industry and how you move, you're very independent. You're very based on how you do your thing. If someone comes, they come, but it's very independent. So I want to know, like, what would you say? What advice would you give, like, to people who are trying to move like that?
I think like when people don't invite you to the table, or when you know what I mean, like when people don't put you on, or if people are not like you, if you want to go hang out with this crowd but it's just not working out, all those different things, like take those as like signs that you gotta rock alone. You know why? Because it gives you a chance to sit back and actually see how the game works, how artists get screwed over, how people aren't really friends. You learn when you sit back and you're like on the sideline, I'm like on the sideline in the game.
In your own path.
I always look at myself like that, like I'm on the sideline in the game. And so it gives me time to always see what people are doing, who's doing this wrong. Always. So I'm always able to analyze, and like it's annoying because I always tell my girl, I'm like, I wish this guy would do this, because if he did this, then this would maneuver like this. So what it does, it in turn gives me a chance to study people's mistakes and then do things differently for my way. So it's really a blessing in disguise. I think if that's my biggest advice for people that move independently, is that first of all, you're doing what you love doing. So I don't have to give you advice about that. I think the most part is like, take those as blessings when people don't rock with you, or when they underestimate you, or when you're not invited, or when you're under the radar. It's like, it's like, take that as a blessing and study it instead. So don't leave the game. Don't get depressed or leave the game and like discard what the game has to teach you. Like, no, really study the game. Watch every music interview that you need to watch. Listen to every new song that comes out. If a new hip hop song drops, or if a new artist drops and there's a new artist in the game, if everyone is ranting about this new artist music video, if MT is screwed over by ambitious, watch every interview of why you have to, because what it does is it just allows you to analyze the game from the side, and so it makes you smarter. You don't have to make the mistakes these people do, you know what I mean, because you have the luxury of not being distracted by 15 homies around you like, nah dog, you have your own voice that's like, alright, cool, I'm quiet, no one is rocking with me, let me just sit on the side, let me study. It's not a what do we call it? It's not a lonely thing. It's a, what is it? It's not it's solitude. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a solitude thing. Like when you so it's not lonely, it's just solitude, bro. And solitude is really just you it's you separating yourself from a crowd in order to kind of gather your thoughts, or spend more time internalizing everything. So I think that's the description of solitude, but I read that like definition long ago, but that's pretty much what solitude is. It's like to spend time on your own, to reflect, and to like better yourself internally, type of thing, and just make decisions internally. And so for me, I take solitude as like a big blessing in life, because I've always had like friends around me. You know, I grew up with like a lot of friends. I was in dance crews. As a presenter, I was always around people at my house. You know what I mean? Like
people,
Dog Scoop was sleeping on my couch for 2 weeks when I became, and this was my idol. So I always had people around me, and this is like the first time in my career where I actually don't have like a lot of friends, and it's good because I learned the game from every angle. And so rocking independent has nothing to do with your talent. If you're talented, you're talented, whether you're independent or not.
Yeah,
you're gonna get to where you need to get to.
Yeah.
There's a lot around it. That's the science. It's like, what are you doing when you're independent? Are you learning the game, or
you
are you
have
just
to be
like,
a student.
or are you just feeling sorry for yourself in the corner?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you use that independence as studying the game and like making the decisions that I studied Justin Bieber's manager. So when I see, okay, Justin is doing so many performances, he's dropping so many music videos, he's doing so many acoustics, he's doing so many shoots. Okay, cool. Let me take that business model. Now you have the freedom to do every single thing you look at. Even I think when I started dropping music videos, I used to watch how Chris Brown and them used to write, like Chris Brown brackets music video. So I would do that. So I'd study that. Like then we'd look at like how they put their handle. So you study the game holistically. You watch TV shows, you watch Radio Breakfast Club, you watch Ebro in the morning, you watch and you study the game because you have time and you're alone, so you can do that. And I think the independence is like the best thing that could ever happen to any artist, because once you get it, look at Nasty, look at Aries, look at Shane, like these are young phenoms, bro, living their dreams, and they're millionaires off of their gifts, and they're independent. No one is telling them. You know what I mean? That is the best position to ever be in, because you're a boss.
So if like a label came to you, would you just sign a distribution deal?
Let's go. But I'm smart enough now to negotiate. Remember I told you I walked away from... I can walk away from a deal that makes me feel like I'm in prison, because I'm surviving without it, bro. So you know what I mean? There's more to... Trust me, there's more to life than a music contract. And if you learn that, you're not gonna rush into anything. That's what they all say about MT, right? They're like, oh no, you can't blame him. He comes from this situation to that situation. It's like, I get that, and rightfully so. And I'll never hold that against him. But it's like, if you know better, you do better. True. He knows better. MT will never go through that again.
He won't. He definitely
won't. For me,
won't.
it's like I told you. I studied how everyone. Now I'm studying how everyone is going through it. Why the hell would I go sign myself into something like that just to get my song on radio? No, bro.
But your song's already playing on radio.
But what I'm saying to you is like, if I'm like an up and coming kid, like no, why am I doing that now? You know what I mean? So I need to study the game, and if I'm gonna go do exactly what MT did, and after seeing what happened to me, it was a whole story in the country, I'd be dumb, bro. I deserve it. They should do that to me. They should rip me off. They should steal my money because I walked into it knowing the difference.
But I'm thinking like, if you signing, sometimes like the hunger is real.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you. So if you're willing to sell your soul, for that, then it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just have never seen anybody in like a really dope position, or if something really amazing happened to anybody that signs the deal because they're hungry. Like there's nobody I can tell you right now that like and I'm talking about like, look at Trezor, bro. Trezor was a car guard. Discovered by Fifth Season and them, by Benza and them. Now he's on Drake's album. You know what I mean? It's like, that's amazing. But he was hungry, but like the other end didn't take advantage. And so if you go to Trezor was fetched by that record label, you know what I mean? If you go into the record label and you saying to them, yo, I'm ready for anything, whatever, trust me, there are people that's gonna take advantage of that, and you're gonna get a salary of 30,000 rand. That's how you're doing 10 shows a weekend. You feel me? So bro, you just look. It's situation to situation. It's not like that for everybody. But what I can tell you is, I've never seen a situation where someone is like starving, and a record label is like, "Oh, you're starving. Let's go, kid." Nah, they're like, "Oh, this one we just give him 100,000. He'll be fine. He'll do whatever. He'll dance for us." You know what I mean? So bro. I think you know, if you're willing to sell your soul and make a quick 100K, then do it. But you are stuck to that contract, and so if they make you make music that you don't love, or if you're stuck in that country for the next 3 years, not doing what you want to do, or not having your music play, or they block you because they have all that power,
Yes.
you can't come crying back because
You put yourself in that.
you were willing to sell your soul for that. You know what I mean? So there's I told you, the sunshine and the rain is all friends, dog.
I see you very like spiritually inclined. Like, was that from being like from a beginning, or
Yeah,
like?
my granny was very spiritual, but I think it's more life for me.
Or like lessons.
No, I think I told you just now. It's the solitude thing.
Yeah.
The more time you spend with yourself, the more you actually realize you know what's real and what isn't real.
Yeah.
But I was distracted by a lot of noise for a big part of my life, and I wasn't the way I am now. Not at all. By the furthest thing from it. And then you know what I mean. So now it's like because I'm spending so much time alone. I meditate. I pray. I spend a lot of time with myself. I read a lot of books. I watch a lot of motivational speaking, all those different things. It's like you have to feed the brain and the spirit. You know, it doesn't just come. Everybody has that in them, but you got to feed it. So, I think for me, I'm only spiritual because I'm kind of opening up to that side of it.
I see.
I think everyone has it.
Yeah.
I watched this interview of Scoop on the old MacG episode, and he was talking about like ancestors and everything, and that really hit me. So I started watching. I think last month I started watching because I'm colored, so I started watching documentaries about like Bushmen and Khoisan and everything, and that really hit home. So I was like, that's beautiful. So it's just you have to be open to like connecting with like, because we spurred before we any flesh. You know what I mean? So, and the moment you realize that, it's like your perspective in life changes a little bit. You don't have to go and preach it on the corner of Brie Street, but I can guarantee you right now, it's good for you to know at least.
And it's crazy. At one point in your life, you look exactly like the person before you. You know what I mean?
Hey, yeah, I feel you. So it's the same person, but I feel you.
Like you could probably look like your dad exactly. Like let's say maybe at 3 years old, you and your dad are identical. Exactly. If you take two pictures.
I saw a picture of when I was young of like my uncle.
Yeah.
And I looked just like him when he was like my age, and I was like, damn, bro,
that's you see what I'm
saying? You know, so I get you 100%.
So then I'm like, now that before I close this off, I just want to know with the music. I know we have a new single with a feature that we can't know about.
We have a lot of music on the way, brother.
Okay, so album? Are you gonna drop singles?
Nah, not yet. No, not
or
yet.
Or mixtape?
Yeah, singles. Right now, my energy is on singles because creatively it's very flexible.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what I mean? I think albums require, or even tapes require a lot of energy, and once you put like so much energy into like one tape, it really needs to be either received well enough for you to be like, all right, I can live off of this for like a few months. But whereas a single, it's like, oh, I dropped this last month, I can drop a new single next month. You know what I mean? So I'm in the energy of high productivity. So if I can drop a single every month, I'd be happy.
All right. Before we go, what can the people expect from Shelton Forbez in 2022?
Oh man,
I know you have a mood board.
Yes, we haven't even finished this year.
It's basically done.
I think a lot of music.
Yeah.
I think we can definitely expect like the stamp on R&B in South Africa, 100%. You can expect a lot more new melody sessions. You can expect Pop Pulse Entertainment, which is an entertainment TV show. You can expect my production company with Don Bebe there, called Sri Lanka Creative, doing much bigger brands.
See how many stuff.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's just exactly what we're doing right now, just another level up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the strategy doesn't change. We have a game plan. We know exactly what we focused on, how many things to do. I think the aim 2022 is just to do it bigger and better. Yeah. So, like I said, I have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have like external things that I'm focusing on. I'm so focused on our own things we're creating, that anything that comes from outside, that's God.
Yeah.
Because our energy is so focused on like what we're putting out and what we're doing. So, I think 2022 is going to be the exact same thing in terms of what we're doing. I think it's definitely going to be just a level higher, whether it be the music show being on TV, whether it be my music rotating higher and more singles on radio, whether it be getting a few number ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Our production company doing a bigger production or getting a super big retainer for like a record label, so we can do music videos for artists. Like that's for Netflix, like doing stuff with Netflix. So I think for us, that's really the aim, is to really go the highest level with this for 2022. So yeah.
No, I appreciate you.
My dog,
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. And there you have it, Escopia Radio Talks. We out.
Is you real? Is you for it? Don't let no one make me feel I can't be me. Is you real? Can you